I was fortunate enough to be given a guide around the beautiful freshwater landscape of Loch Lomond, which surrounds the highland area and is home to red deer and oak woodlands. I was introduced to my guide Ace through a friend, who shared with me his experiences of outdoors and how he and his family first came to Scotland.
See, I remember when we first logged.
I wish I could just like literally live here. Look at the scenery, it's like mad. Like you can just come out on the waterfront as well.
It's a mix of everything. The
Literally.
land, the sea, the flora and the fauna.
It's the wildlife.
And the people too. Like that's a big part of what makes it what it is. Like very unique to their setting. Granted the tourists and all that.
It's really nice, man.
I remember the reason I chose this place actually was my earliest memory coming here when I was 4 years old.
4.
Yeah. I call it a memory, but all I remember is who was there and colors, and nothing else. Everything else came from pictures.
That's a memory in itself. though.
Truly, truly. I remember being on a pier carrying a football,
Yeah.
like that was bigger than me at the time. But ever since then, always just known the name Loch Lomond and like wanting to come back here, and eventually growing up and really creating memories that I do remember and experiencing it in real time. That's something else.
I can imagine, like, I can't imagine, that coming here at this age, I would have probably been the same.
Yeah.
Like, I would have gone back there,
Yeah,
there.
what was there? Like,
Literally. Because one of my earliest memories was actually, like, going to Jamaica. I was, like, 3.
yeah.
And I remember, similar to you, like, the fact that I remember that it was completely different. And, like, just the smells and everything was
Right.
so different. Like, exactly what you're saying. That was the most impactful thing. And I nearly died there because I was on a hilltop, because where I'm from is like the country. So like I was high up. So I remember nearly dying, but I remember the scenery. Like it was hilly, like where I live, it's nowhere near that kind of landscape. So it was very memorable.
Yeah, that's vivid and it's real.
Literally.
That's like a full-on sensory experience. And I think that's
Literally.
what appeals out here. It's how all your senses are activated. It's what you're hearing, what you're smelling, like you're saying. You can even kind of taste something in the air that you don't taste when you're just in the local ends or something.
Literally. Yeah, man, look at that. Literally. Little birds. Queen of Scottish lochs.
That's right.
It's mad.
Like,
Look at this. Wow.
who needs Miami Beach?
Yo. This is a holiday in itself. People got their
Truthfully.
boats.
Yep.
People got their boats, just chilling on their boats. This is mad.
And you notice how much the animals love it. Like the dogs are just so vibed out. Dogs are just running around. Like, again, that feeling of coming home. Yeah. Connecting to maybe an ancestry thing before, like, I don't know.
This is amazing. Wow, look at this.
Right to the edge of it all.
Yeah, man, I'll dive in at this one.
Holding back.
Wow. Look right up there as well, right at that peak. Just looks like mad.
As a kid, I used to look at mountains and stuff in the distance, like, there's pieces of land a human has probably never stepped foot on. And that is fascinating. Like, some things just weren't meant to be touched.
The air is different here.
Yeah. The reason they call it the Queen of Lochs is the second biggest loch. Loch is just lake in Scottish, right? But Loch Ness, you've probably heard of the Loch Ness monster.
No, I haven't actually.
Oh, you haven't? It's like an urban legend of some prehistoric dinosaur creature that lives in the waters. But yeah, that's the biggest, so that would be the king of the lochs. This is the queen, sits right next to it. I think together, and with some other smaller lochs, they make up a third of all the lake water in Scotland or something.
Wow.
Like,
It's vast though. Look how
You feel me?
massive it is.
like all we're seeing is like a tip of it.
It's just looking at everyone like kayaking and paddling and boats and jet skis. Jet skis! Yamaha!
You only see that in the movies.
Like,
Only saw that in the Netflix and all.
I've never seen jet skis in the UK before.
Oh.
When I think of jet skis, I think of overseas.
Yeah, you
Like,
got to travel to do that.
this is mad. Like, what? Vibesy. This is vibesy, man. Look at that as well. Little places to stay.
Yeah.
Right on the. This is mad. Paddling boats. The thing is, as well, it's not packed like that as well. It's like everyone's finding their own place to be.
There's space for
Yeah,
everyone.
like,
Yeah.
You
There's
don't
a
feel
lot
like
more
you're
of
just
it.
all tight, like in
Yeah.
the city, like all squashed together, boxed up.
And it doesn't feel intrusive either.
There we go. It's like a community more so.
That's
It's like you belong here.
Yeah.
It's like belonging.
And even the sense of just the nature, it doesn't feel corrupted like this is just like some money grab. Like there's a balance. Like nature's like, yeah, please come and enjoy us. And the respect from people of taking care of because this is ours. And if we don't take care of it in that way, who else is gonna? Do you know what I mean?
Literally.
So it's that mutual respect between man and creation, I suppose.
Definitely.
I mean, you were saying like coming from Jamaica.
Yeah.
I'm guessing is that where you have like Montego Bay or whatever, like.
Well, that's like the bait plots. Those places are bait, touristy.
Right.
I'm from Clarendon, Maypen. I'm actually from, if you want to say, not a village, but like we call it country. Like, and it's called Moko, where I'm actually from. I'm from a place in Maypen. Like Clarendon is like the district, if you want to say. It's the parish, there we go. Clarendon is the parish. Maypen is the town. And then Moko is like the place. Yeah, I'm very much connected with Jamaica. Just the way I've been brought up. And because my mum's first generation.
Of course.
So I'm second generation, but I'm still very much connected to like where I come from.
Of course. It's in your DNA.
Yeah. But a lot of people aren't as connected, I feel. Like they lose their sense of where they're from. Because of the environment and feeling like they need to fit in with here.
Yeah, it's a big thing,
Yeah.
especially our generation.
So, and a lot of people are a bit lost, not knowing where they're coming from. So they can't really know where they're going, because they don't know where they come from.
This is deep.
So it's like disconnected a bit. So
Would you say that comes from you visiting that place, or just how your family raised you, or what you were taught?
both. I know people that don't know much about their culture, haven't grown up that way, but they visit where they come from, and there's a natural sense of belonging or like a missing piece of you kind of thing. And just seeing the culture of where you're actually from, you will see it even if you haven't grown up that way, and then being able to connect with that. Like,
Right.
this is where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
This is what my people are doing. Like,
It's really
kind of thing.
your identity too.
There we go.
Especially us being like multicultural youths. It's easy to get lost in the sauce, if I can say, of like, so am I British or am I this or am I that? And not realizing we are all of it. And it's never about picking or separating the things, but all of those things come together, and that's what makes us unique. And so sometimes we need to be reminded. And so just getting out there and seeing yourself in those things reminds you, okay, so this is the badge I carry. This is what I represent. This is where my values and my people come from. But I still carry that when I go somewhere else. And
Because the thing is as well, like when I'm in Jamaica or in Pakistan, they'll still call me white.
yeah.
Even though I'm not white, I'm definitely not. But they'll say I'm white because I'm from here. And the way that I may carry myself sometimes, or the way I speak,
Of course.
determines that I'm white. But when I'm here, I'm black. Like, even though I'm
Yeah.
Asian and I'm black, I'm still black.
Yeah, that's it. You're all lumped in
So it's
together.
like I'm black here, and there I'm white. So it's like understanding, like,
Yeah. You need to know who you are.
yeah, there we
Otherwise,
go.
people will always try and put you in a box and tell you what you are.
There we go. So, but I think it's all about life and experiences,
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
taking the right things from different parts of life.
I understand this. It's easier said than done too. Like, I understand why a lot of people end up confused or end up just choosing one side. And like I said, every place has its positives and its negatives. So I agree. There is some pick and choosing, I suppose.
Where are you from?
Oh yeah, I was born in Malawi, Southeast Africa. Moved here to Glasgow anyway at the age of 2 in 2000. Spent my whole life here since. That's almost 21 years.
Oh, Malawi.
Yeah,
I was in Kenya not too long
yeah,
ago.
yeah, that's a little north.
Yeah, so I was in Kenya. I wanted to go to not Malawi. It might be.
There's Malawi and there's Mali, which
Then are they neighbors?
no,
So it might have been Mali.
yeah, Mali's a lot closer up north. Yeah.
Yeah. So I wanted to go to Mali and Tanzania,
Yeah, Tanzania.
but the borders were closed. So
Right, yeah. At
I wasn't
this time,
able
travel
to.
isn't really that easy. But yeah, my grandma's from South Africa, so I got people there that runs inside me. So again, that multicultural mix, and
so both your parents from there.
yeah, both my parents from Malawi. Me and my younger brother. My brother was 2 months old when we came here, so I can understand why he identifies fully as Scottish.
Yeah.
He doesn't speak the language, which wasn't his fault, you know. This is all he knows, and he has every right to call himself British and Scottish.
So do you speak the language?
I understand it. I speak broken Chichewa, is the language.
Yeah.
I feel like I can speak it, but anyone who really speaks it would be like, who's this? And again, it's not even out of harm. But then, as a young child, imagine, you hear these things and it makes you wonder, well, so at home, I'm not Malawian. But then in school and that, I'm clearly not what's defined as Scottish. I had a bit of an accent, but you know, there was a difference. And so I was in the middle, like, who am I? It took many years, like you're saying, and experiences to fully appreciate both sides.
Left the room. I said I'll see you soon. You said talk to you sooner, boo. We kept it going from December right through June.